Ready to ignite your future? The Loudoun County Combined Fire and Rescue System is recruiting volunteers now. No experience? No problem. LCCFRS provides free training and certifications. Network with a diverse group of people while making a real difference. Whether you want to be a firefighter, EMT, chaplain, or help administratively, we've got a role for you. Open new doors and boost your resume with the Loudoun County Combined Fire and Rescue System. Start now at opennewdoors.org. That's opennewdoors.org.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
Hello and welcome to America in Focus, powered by the Center Square. I'm Dan McCaleb, Chief Content Officer at Franklin News Foundation, publisher of the Center Square Newswire service. We are recording this on Friday, June 28th. The ongoing border crisis has been a major issue on the minds of voters since President Biden first took office and changed border security policies put in place by former President Donald Trump. The Center Square reported this week that the number of illegal border crossings now exceed 12 million people since January 2021, when Biden first took office. And Trump hammered away on the issue during Thursday night's debate. Joining me to discuss the border crisis is Casey Harper, the Center Square's Washington, D.C. bureau chief. Casey, you covered the debate Thursday night, and regardless what the issue was, it seemed like Trump always returned to the ongoing border crisis. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we saw a more disciplined Donald Trump this debate time, and it really favored him. I mean, there's been more than enough talk about how President Joe Biden was faltering, fumbling, stumbling, and at times incoherent throughout the debate, and may have even, we'll see, may have even ended his presidential campaign. I mean, I think that's very much to be determined, but it's possible after the reaction to that debate. But part of the reason that was able to happen is because Trump was more disciplined. It was almost uncharacteristically disciplined in these debates. Maybe it was the muting of the microphone rule that CNN had in place. Maybe it was coaching from advisors. But whatever it was, when Biden was faltering and stumbling, Trump didn't interrupt him. He let him make himself look bad. When Biden was trailing off, Trump didn't interrupt him. And when it came to messaging, Trump was disciplined to stay on the border, which is a key issue for him. Polling has shown time and again that the border is a top concern for voters. It's an issue where Trump blows Biden out of the water. Everyone knows that Trump is strong on the border and that the southern border crisis is a big problem now. Illegal immigration has absolutely skyrocketed since Biden took office, and kind of unprecedented spike, really. And we've seen some of the fallout of that. We've seen local mayors, Democratic mayors, complain that they can't handle the number of migrants. We've seen a few high-profile incidents where an illegal immigrant committed some kind of crime or a violent crime, and those stories have been amplified and used by Trump to illustrate, what he sees as the biggest problem facing the country. And I think it's his message. It's getting a lot of attention. A Quinnipiac poll came out the day before the debate, showed Trump leading by 4 points. And so Trump hammering the border is working for him. And he was able to do it during the debate. And at least in this case, Trump has the numbers and the data and the facts to back him up. And so that makes it easy for him to make this argument. And as you said, no matter what the question was about, he always brought it back to the border. And I think it just shows that he really feels like this is a winning issue for him. We can get into the numbers on, why that is. But Trump knows this is a winning issue for him. There's some issues he doesn't want to talk about, like abortion, like January 6th, like his own convictions. And he was disciplined to divert away from those, although he did take some fire for not answering questions. But I mean, politicians don't answer questions. I mean, it's just part of the game. But he did talk about his issues. And so it was uncharacteristically disciplined for Donald Trump.
On day one, President Biden ended a number of Trump-era border security policies, stopped building the border wall that, back in 2015, 2016, Trump said he was going to do, ended the Remain in Mexico policy. That's the policy under Trump where he required migrants who were claiming asylum to remain in Mexico until they had their asylum hearings and were granted legal permission to enter the U.S. He ended the COVID era policy that prevented migrants from crossing into the country for health concerns, and he also had been talking for years about reforming immigration policies and allowing giving migrants more paths to citizenship, which Trump and critics have said encouraged migrants from everywhere to enter into the country. That 12 million figure, Casey, it includes gotaways. Those are the folks who are not apprehended by Border Patrol, but who are seen entering the country illegally between ports of entry, caught on drone footage, other videos spotted by the eye, but just agents in the field aren't able to apprehend them. 12 million people, that's greater than the population of 44 U.S. states. That's a massive number. And as you mentioned, cities across the country, not just in border cities, because of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's busing strategy and others. It wasn't just him who was moving borders. Cities like Chicago, New York City, Washington, D.C., Denver have been overwhelmed with migrants. And as you also mentioned, inflation under President Biden, prices are 20% higher since he first took office. Right up there with inflation as the top two issues voters say they're concerned about is the border crisis. Do you think that will be the winning issue here, or what are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm, right. Yeah. I mean, it's a kitchen table issue. And it's undeniable by the data and the reporting. I mean, I think that Trump has a bad habit sometimes of getting in, either being so ahead of the curve that he's predicting things that people don't really believe are going to happen yet, or he is kind of just speculating in conjecture and doesn't have the data to back him up. But on inflation and the border, he has the data to back him up. And I thought it was really interesting that he mentioned gotaways, Dan, at the debate, because, we have some great reporting from Bethany Blankley at thecentersquare.com, and she's written a lot about gotaways and how the number of illegal immigrants coming into this country is basically chronically underreported. The numbers and the estimates that you see in other media are much lower than the actual figure because of the gotaways number. The people who come in but are not necessarily caught is in the millions, right? And so the numbers that you see or you hear talked about is actually much lower than what it should be. And Trump made mention of that, and I thought that was really interesting. Maybe he'll bring some attention to this idea of gotaways that we have had some really good reporting on at thecentersquare.com. And I just want to point out, Dan, before throwing it back to you, that the northern border has become a big issue as well. I mean, this is the kind of thing that normally Trump would bring up and everyone would roll their eyes, but it ended up coming true, like saying the northern border is being overrun. People will say, what? No. But if you look at the latest data, we have good reporting on this at thecentersquare.com. The northern border has seen the highest number of illegal entries in the U.S. In history under the Biden administration. I mean, that's crazy. We're seeing record numbers, not just at the southern border, but at the northern border. The first 8 months of this fiscal year, about 100,000 illegal immigrants were caught. And that doesn't count the gotaways again. That gotaways number is important. So we're seeing record numbers, not just through the southern border, but also the northern as well.
Casey, thank you for joining us today. Listeners can keep up with all things related to the border and more at thecentersquare.com.
Ready to ignite your future? The Loudoun County Combined Fire and Rescue System is recruiting volunteers now. No experience? No problem. LCCFRS provides free training and certifications. Network with a diverse group of people while making a real difference. Whether you want to be a firefighter, EMT, chaplain, or help administratively, we've got a role for you. Open new doors and boost your resume with the Loudoun County Combined Fire and Rescue System. Start now at opennewdoors.org. That's opennewdoors.org.
Say goodbye to your credit card rewards. Greedy corporate mega stores, led by Walmart and Target, are pushing for a law in Congress to take away your hard-earned cash back and travel points to line their pockets. The Durbin-Marshall credit card bill would enact harmful credit card routing mandates that would end credit card rewards as we know it. If you love your credit card rewards, tell your lawmakers, hands off my rewards. Tell them to oppose the Durbin-Marshall credit card bill.
The living room is where you make life's most beautiful memories. But your sofa shouldn't be the one remembering them. The new life-resistant, high-performance furniture collection from Ashley is designed to withstand all the spills, slip-ups, and muddy paws that come with the best parts of life. Ashley high-performance sofas and recliners are soft, on-trend, and easy to clean. Shop the high-performance furniture in-store or online at ashley.com. Ashley, for the love of home.